Again, the focus of the night for Nikki Haley was her donor class. You would think that getting a ton of money from the Koch brothers would be a positive, but I really don't think it was. Money is important in a campaign, no doubt, but everybody was on her about that. And when I say everybody, I mean DeSantis and Vivek Ramaswamy, because they're the smart people. Chris Christie and Nikki Haley are totally in a camp together. He was defending her all night. Probably wouldn't mind being on a ticket with her, provided that she wins the nomination, which will never happen. But Nikki Haley basically bragged about being supported by Wall Street people. And I just think for the average Republican or independent watching, they're like, I don't know. Don't brag about getting money from Wall Street. I think there's a way that she could have said it that would have been better. Like she said, I'll take money from anybody. That's kind of okay to say, but also most people understand that when you take money from someone, it means that they own you a little bit. I mean, just for this podcast, I am careful who I take money from because I know as soon as I take money from them, they're going to try to influence me in some way. I love my sponsors because they haven't done that. But again, as a politician, I'm not a politician. As a politician, that's like 10 times as bad. So I can't imagine what was going on with her trying to brag about that. I think most people see right through that. Nikki was pretty quiet and poised in this debate. Not super loud, not trying to fight like she was in the others. And I think that was to her detriment. I think America wants a fighter. She was trying to be quiet and submissive, and I just don't think that was the right move for her, especially when it came to Vivek Ramaswamy attacking her so hard. She just sat there. And instead of looking like she was just confident, it looked like she didn't have any answers. In fact, I didn't show this clip, but when he asks her about naming 3 provinces in Ukraine, she stays quiet for a long time until she finally blurts out 3 things, and they're not all provinces of Ukraine. So it's clear that she just didn't know the answer and she was really trying to think. And unfortunately, she did not realize that what she had said was not a province. Talking about Donald Trump really quick. Again, that's all I have to say about Nikki Haley. Not super important. I don't see her polls going up. But anyway, talking about Donald Trump, still a win. Obviously, everyone's like, who won the debate? And everyone's like, Trump won the debate. No, he didn't win the debate because he wasn't there. Now, if you want to talk about the nomination, yeah, Trump's winning. He's going to win because of the debate, probably because they didn't do anything to distinguish themselves. But to be clear, he didn't win the debate. I will just say right now, I think DeSantis won the debate because of just how straight up his answers were. I think an argument could be made that Vivek Ramaswamy won as well, though I do think some of what he said may have turned some voters off who are a little bit more touchy-feely. I'm not in that camp. I don't mind a little bit of fighting, but I think that could be true. Talking about the 2024 election, though, what's going to happen is Christie and Haley are going to drop out, and they're going to support Ron DeSantis. And that's awesome for him, but the problem is Ramaswamy, when he drops out, I have a really hard time believing, and I don't know why anyone else would believe this, that he's going to support DeSantis over Trump. And so if all 3 of those people came behind DeSantis, and maybe he even got some endorsements from like Mike Pence, other people like that, he could probably surge to maybe 45%. But as it stands with Ramaswamy dropping out, if he drops out, which of course eventually he will, I think his numbers are going to join Trump's. And I think at this point, the race is going to come down to Trump and DeSantis and probably shake out to be about 35 or 40% to 60%. And that's it. Trump's going to win. Talking about kind of my overall thoughts of this debate, I thought the moderators did a very good job. I wish they had called people out for answering the questions a little better, but they did a really good job of letting it breathe, which NBC would just not do. They were so annoying with just not letting them interact, and that's what we want. We want to see them interact. I mean, that's where the drama is. That's where the actual debate comes in. And so I really appreciated the moderators for doing that. I thought overall they did a fantastic job because they got into better topics this time too. Some of these candidates got into a little bit more of meatier politics. DeSantis was one of them. Like, he talked about ESG. He talked about central digital bank currency, things that the average politician would not touch because it's just not super understandable for the average person. But he did, and I thought that was really awesome. Part of the reason why I think DeSantis won the debate is because he just had this confidence up there where he's like, I know my stuff. And I thought it was really good. Again, the winner of the debate was Ron DeSantis, in my opinion. Do I think it's going to have an effect on the election? No, I think Trump overall is going to win the nomination, and we're yet to see if Trump really has what it takes to beat Biden. Obviously, we know every single force in the world is going to try to fight him on that, and so it's yet to be seen if Trump is the strongest Republican candidate, but as of now, it seems like the GOP want him to run. So really quick, guys, I do want to talk about, I'm using it as my like mouse little mover, but I do want to talk about my new book, A New Cult. A New Cult is a book that I just wrote. It came out just a couple weeks ago about the takeover of the West by the progressives. I talk about how they are literally a religious cult, the way that they've weaponized businesses, media, and the university to take over. It's a pretty short read, but I really enjoyed writing it. If you go to Amazon.com right now, you can order it, just $14.99. Again, I would love the support. I think you'll really enjoy it as well. I enjoyed writing it for sure. Anyway, that is the episode for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got a little bit of value or entertainment out of this video. If you have, please consider subscribing down below. Comment what you thought about the debate, who won in your opinion, as well as go check out my book, A New Cult, at Amazon if you haven't already. I promise you'll enjoy it. Thanks, guys.